Well, I'm going to continue my review of the Gord the Rogue books, this time Knight Errant, today on Greyhawk Grognard. So, Knight Errant is the, let's see, fourth book in the Gord the Rogue series, I think. Yeah, four. Um, and it is unique among the series in that it is not a novel. It is, in fact, a series of 9 short stories. And these short stories, they're kind of uneven in quality. Some of them are absolutely must reads for any Greyhawk fan because of all the detail they add, the wonderful concepts they have. And some of them are pretty prosaic stuff. The short story format really highlights the parallels between Gord and his pal Chert with Fafford and the Grey Mouser in the great city of Lonkmar as opposed to the great city of Greyhawk. Their parallels are unmistakable. Gygax actually said that he wasn't conscious of it when he was writing the stories, and I can believe that, but it's very obvious. The 9 stories are The Heart of Darkness, The Weird Occurrence in Odd Alley, A Revel in Relmord, Five Dragon Bowl, Twistbuck's Game, The House in the Tree, Cats versus Rats, Love Laughs at Locks, and Cat or Pigeon. Um, Now, like I say, some of these are really good and really useful. Like Heart of Darkness actually takes us into the dungeons beneath Castle Greyhawk, which is in and of itself a spectacular thing. They don't the action doesn't go into the main dungeons. They're often a kind of an undiscovered part of the dungeons where they meet the just these almost deity level personifications of time and fate and so forth. And there's an area where whatever you think of can become real, and it has a very humorous ending. Chert and Gord are hired by a wizard to take him into the dungeon, and they find all this stuff, and it's a very very funny ending. But it's the depiction of the castle. You actually get to see inside Castle Greyhawk as Gary envisioned it, which I think is very very cool. Some of the characters also appear in one of the later novels. One of the uber powerful characters. Um, One of the probably the most famous one of these stories is the weird occurrence in Odd Alley, because that brings in the city of Greyhawk. There's a place called Odd Alley, and it turns out that it's actually an interdimensional portal. You can go through a particular gate in Odd Alley, and it takes you into Weird Way, which is this kind of nexus of different planar gates, and there's some wonderfully weird things happen there, but it's the whole idea of it. Obviously, Odd Alley is in my game. And I think that's true of most Greyhawk fans. Everybody has an Odd Alley in there because it's a wonderful device to shake up the campaign and take somebody to another world for an adventure or two, and then come back. It's really really wonderful stuff. The Revel in Relmord. It's kind of it's a follow up to that one, where the some of the characters, including Gord and Chert, end up in Nyrond, and they're sent on a quest, and it's kind of meh at that point. But again, there's touches of humor in it, so there's not, it's worth reading, but it's definitely not a must-have for the concepts. Um, Five Dragon Bowl is another really, really wonderful one because it brings in characters that we know were in Gary's original campaign, specifically Biff, Miguel Biffson, the halfling servant of Melf the Elf, which is obviously Luke Gygax's character, and Digwell Biffson is one of his henchmen, and it's just the characterization there. It also brings in a little bit of detail about what's happening in Central Uruk, which is like the Celestial Imperium, and there's a character from there who comes in who's a savant, one of my favorite classes that Gary mentioned in Dragon. So there's a lot of stuff going on in there, and it's a very very well done story. It's very funny. It's got a nice funny ending, and it's that's one of those that really, really uh, is something you want to read. Now, Twistbuck's Game is probably the most Longmarian Fafhrd and the Grey Mouserish story in here, where there's Kurt arranges a contest between Gord and a professor at one of the universities called Legs, and they describe the game in there, and you go around in the city counting legs on signs of inns and taverns. It's very funny, and then there's a wonderful ending to it. And but one of the great things about it is you get to learn all these details about the city of Greyhawk. There's a zillion street names, and obviously there's names of inns and taverns, and you get a little insight into the university system. And there's a lot going on in there, and it's a hilarious story. Well worth it. House of the Tree is another one where you get to see this area in the outside of the city of Greyhawk. It's in the gnarly forest, and it's this little almost neighborhood with a lake, and there's a couple of villages, and it's basically a summer vacation spot for the people from the city of Greyhawk and divers. And there's a few very well defined characters there. Hop the innkeeper. There's just some really great stuff in there. When it veers into the area of the forests, I guess they're not sprites, they're fairies or something, and everybody's shrunk down into a kingdom. Then it gets kind of okay. But that opening section where he describes the whole area in which the Gnarlverge, I think it's called, is just spectacular, and I've put that in my game, and having the characters go out there for their own adventures, and they go hunting and things like that. It's a nice touch to have something so well detailed that just makes a lot of sense and gives a lot of feel for the campaign. The last two, Love Laughs at Locks and Cat or Pigeon, they're just kind of there. Gygax has this recurring theme about Gord falling in love with the wrong person, and horrible things happen. And then the other's some political intrigue, which is kind of okay. It's not the strongest story in the book, and it's kind of you get a little bit of insight into some of the personalities. There's a power struggle basically going on in the in the among the oligarchs of the city, and it's okay. And Gord gets involved, obviously, but it's you get a little bit of information here or there, but on the whole, it's a very forgettable thing. And it's yeah. So anyway, some really great stuff in here, some really mediocre stuff in here. It's definitely worth reading because even the worst of the stories gets you some details about the city of Greyhawk and some of the characters and so forth. But on the whole, I would get this for half the stories that are must reads, and the other half are nice to haves. So definitely track this down if you can. Hopefully Troll Lord Games will be republishing the entire series at some point soon, and you'll be able to buy it new. But for now, you can get this on the aftermarket. It's definitely worth your time to track down. I would also remind everybody that my new book, The Adventures Dark and Deep Light, has just come out. It is available on Drive-Thru RPG. It's an all-in-one, very slimmed-down version of The Adventures Dark and Deep core rules. It's got everything you need. It's got classes, races, monsters, rules, treasure, magic items, the whole bit. And can be played as a standalone game as it is, or you can use this as a stepping stone into the more complete core rules set. So anyway, hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all.
Thanks for watching today's video. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Below you'll find links to my Patreon, which helps make these videos possible. You'll also find the web store where you can buy my books, and my blog where you'll find all sorts of free downloads and other articles. Thanks, and have a great day.